How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have an incredibly exciting video to make. We have a very small stack of 4 cards, 4 PSA graded cards in the background, but these are 4 incredibly important cards to me and for my collection goals. So after my most recent PSA submission, if you haven't checked that out, I strongly encourage you to go watch the video. Got some amazing grades back there. I was very close to completing my collection goals. The major collection goal, which I've been going after for the past 3 years or so, is to get all set-based Japanese EX cards. So if you could open up a pack and get an EX card from the EX series in Japanese, I want to have that card in a PSA 10. That doesn't include stuff like decks, promo boxes, promotional cards, stuff like that, although I do have a fair few of them. That isn't part of my collection goals. So after that PSA submission, I had 4 cards left, and you can count the count the numbers of cards here and maybe make a good guess as to what this video is. So this is the last 4 cards that I needed for my collection goals. I've now completed my collection. It's been over 3 years of searching for these cards, an incredible journey, but I'm so happy to finish it up. So without any further ado, let's get into what the 4 cards were that I needed for my collection to finish it off. I was helped out by some amazing people. So the first card that I needed was this Delcatty EX from Miracle Crystal. I don't think I've ever purchased one of these. A lot of my collection I've graded myself, but it is so hard to find a mint Delcatty EX. Really hard to find. I'd never seen one come up on eBay, but a huge thank you to TCA Gaming, who was able to grade this card a 10 and get it over to me after I let him know that I needed this for my collection. So this is just so happy to get this card. Huge thank you to him for searching this card out and making the effort to help me out with my collection goals. Again, I thought this card was going to be the hardest out of the 4 that I had left to find, but ironically it was probably the easiest, as I didn't have to do any searching for it. I just emailed Rusty and he was like, "Yep, I got it." So that was pretty fantastic. The next card here, Aerodactyl EX from Magma vs. Aqua. Another huge shout out here to SM Pratt. He's had this card up for a while, and thankfully he was able to hold on to it to save it for me until I was able to make the purchase offer on it. Again, this is a card I think I've graded maybe a couple of them, but was never able to pull the Gem Mint 10 grade. And finding these cards, it's been getting much harder as I've over the past couple years to find these cards in mint condition. Used to be that I could grab them and they would grade 10s all day, and I'd have 50 card submissions where I'd come back with 30 PSA 10s of these cards. Not anymore, I'll tell you, not anymore. But just amazing to grab this Aerodactyl EX. So that was fantastic. And again, huge thank you to SM Pratt for helping me out with that one. And these last 2, these were the ones that were the hardest. Those I could kind of just buy. The Aerodactyl, it had been up on eBay for a while. Suju had a copy as well for a little higher than I wanted to pay. But the Aerodactyl I could just buy. The Delcatty sort of came to me quickly as I was searching for it. But these last 2 cards did take me a while. I was making it very publicly known that I wanted to purchase these cards, and I was paying I'd say, significantly over market value for them. But I got very lucky as someone who I've interacted with in the past, great eBay seller, and I think I've purchased some stuff from him in the past. Worked out really well, so I was very happy to buy from him again. He ended up having both of these cards, which I needed. the Shiftry EX and Aggron EX from Miracle Crystal. So a big thanks to a eBay seller, I think it's KG Vapes 402-1. He's got some awesome stuff up for sale right now. Japanese EX, I think he's got some complete sets, some near complete sets. And I was able to pick these up off of him. These are just, I've graded a couple Shiftry. They never came back 10s. I don't think I've graded an Aggron, or maybe I didn't. It came back a 9. But yeah, these have been very hard to find. Again, not really any on eBay. I think there was an Aggron at one point. I think his name PokeLife was selling it, but I could not. I think at that point I still had, you know, probably 15 to 20 cards, and I wasn't thinking that this would be the last one that I needed. But interesting enough, these cards, I saw these were listed as part of a near complete Miracle Crystal EX set, and I made an offer on the set. I thought it was a fair offer. I was immediately declined, so I just bought the set outright. So I do have these extra Miracle Crystal EXs. We'll show those off pretty quickly as they're not ones that I need. But I did end up picking up the Exploud EX from Miracle Crystal, the Swampert EX from Miracle Crystal, another copy of Delcatty EX. That's pretty ironic, I thought. Probably like a week after I was able to, after I got the other Delcatty from TCA Gaming, after that arrived in my collection, this set was listed and I purchased that. But the centering is off a little bit on this one. The one from Rusty is better, so I'll be keeping that one in my collection, and selling off these extra ones at some point. Jirachi EX, these cards are just so beautiful, and Blaziken EX. So picked up those extra cards along with this. Ended up being a fairly expensive purchase, but one that I was incredibly happy to make in order to finish it off. So there we go. Those are the 4 cards that I needed to finish off my set-based Japanese EX collection. I'm the first person to do this, and it's really exciting. It's amazing. And one thing that I wanted to ask you guys was just, I want to do sort of showing it all off, you know, going through every single set-based PSA 10 Japanese EX card. And I don't really know the best way to do that. I don't know if you guys want to see it all in one video, where I go through every single set, ADV, PCG, show off all of the 10s from each set, or if you guys want me to do a separate video for each set, going through the cards, maybe talking a little bit more about them. Obviously, if I went through the entire ADV PCG EX era in one video, that probably wouldn't be a lot of talking and would be a lot more showing off of cards. But yeah, there are some sets like Rocket Gang Strikes Back, which have, you know, probably 10 EX cards. But then there are other sets like Expansion Pack, which have maybe 5. So kind of interesting. Really would love some feedback from you guys on that, what you would like to see me do. So let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, this is just an incredible moment for me. I'm so happy to finish this off, and I'm looking forward to what's coming next. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.